In this video, we'll be setting up our development environment. So for the web development environment, we need to have a web browser and a text editor. So before we go installing anything, let's clarify a few things. We need a text editor to write our code. Sometimes when we hear text editor, we might think about Microsoft Word, but the text editor we need to write our code is different. Microsoft Word shows rich text, and rich text are formatted with styles, colors, and fonts. But our code is a plain text. It's just a set of Unicode characters. We should never use Microsoft Word to write our code. So the code we write should not be styled. It's just a plain text. And sometimes we might hear the term IDEs. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Microsoft Visual Studio and Xcode are two examples of IDEs. Or we can think IDE as a text editor. But IDEs allow us to write our code, it compiles it, and then run our code. Beyond that, IDEs also have some other features which we wouldn't find it in the text editor. So IDEs are incredibly useful. But in terms of web development, it's not that much useful because of browsers. So browser will run our code and we actually don't have to worry about compiling anything. I recommend staying away from IDEs for the time being, unless you're already familiar with it. So let's go ahead and set up our environment. Here are a couple of text editors which is hugely popular among the web developers. So like Visual Studio Code, it is developed by Microsoft and it is available for Mac OS, Windows and Linux. And next we have Atom. Atom is developed by GitHub. It is also available for Mac OS, Linux and Windows. So both these editors have functionalities like syntax highlighting, multi-cursor functionalities, and embedded Git control. And they both have a rich ecosystem of packaging that allow us to customize our editor. And next, we need a web browser to run our website. So the user could be using any browser to visit the website which we built. And there are slightly differences in the way that different browsers will render our website. So it means that we'll need to test our website in all of them. So for now, we don't need to install all web browsers. So let's install the most popular and cross-platform browsers like Google Chrome and Firefox. And other browsers like Apple Safari and Microsoft Edge are very well. And it is a good practice to test our website with them. However, both are only available on a single operating system, and neither of them has a robust set of developer tools like Google Chrome and Firefox. In these videos, I'll be using Google Chrome as my web browser. Chrome has an amazingly powerful set of developer tools, which we'll be learning more about developer tools in our later videos. So right now, let's install a text editor, a web browser on our computer, and then we'll see about the workflow.